A woman interviewed for a maid position at a wealthy home, but her skirt tore because it didn't fit properly. To hide the tear, she pretended it was too hot and tied her jacket around her waist. Just when she thought the lady of the house hadn't noticed, the wealthy homeowner arrived and warmly shook her hand, causing Louisa's skirt to tear again as she stood up. Although Louisa's resume was unremarkable, her unusual handshake posture made an impression on the employer. The lady of the house hired her without further hesitation. While Louisa was still celebrating her successful interview, the woman had actually noticed her skirt issue earlier. The lady informed her that the salary was high, and she would only need to take care of her paralyzed son. Louisa was excited, but when the door opened, the man's strange cries worried her greatly. Louisa realized this job wouldn't be easy, but when the man saw her torn skirt, he miraculously recovered and became normal. He immediately pointed out the problem with Louisa's skirt. In fact, his earlier behavior had been a prank. The next day, the man appeared to be in very poor condition. Louisa thought it was another trick, but when the male nurse removed his clothes, she noticed special marks on Will's wrists. She couldn't understand why, since he already had more wealth than most people. It wasn't until Louisa overheard an argument between Will's parents that she learned Will would be leaving in 6 months. His father supported this decision, but his mother strongly objected because Will was their only son. Though Will was equally important to both parents, his father still chose to support Will's wishes. At this moment, Louisa understood why her contract was only for 6 months. That was the time Will had left there. No matter how high the salary, she didn't want to accept a job knowing he would leave. However, when she returned home, everyone celebrated her finding employment. Her divorced sister even mentioned that with Louisa working, she could return to university to complete her studies. When her sister learned Louisa wanted to quit, she persuaded her to continue, saying this was their only path to independent living, and even encouraged Louisa to try convincing Will to stay. Louisa began wearing different clothes to work each day. At first, Will was just a little surprised,